A federal high court in Abuja has for the second time restrained the People's Democratic Party (PDP) from holding its national convention scheduled to hold in Ibadan. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, Iraqis began voting for a new parliament on Tuesday at a pivotal time for the country and the wider region. In an election that both Iran and the United States will be closely watching, Iraq, which has long been a fertile land for proxy wars, has only recently regained a sense of stability as it tries to move past decades of war since the US-led invasion that toppled Saddam Hussein. But even now, the country of 46 million people suffers from poor infrastructure, failing public services, mismanagement, and endemic corruption. At number 9, Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo on Tuesday confirmed that next year's World Cup will be his final appearance on football's biggest stage, signaling the winding down of one of the sport's most illustrious careers. The 40-year-old forward, who has scored more than 950 goals for club and country, also revealed that he plans to retire from football in 1 or 2 years. At number 8, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, will begin the enforcement of the ban on the production and sale of alcoholic beverages packaged in sachets and small bottles below 200 milliliters by December 2025. NAFDAC Director General Mojisola Adeyeye gave the directive during a press briefing in Abuja on Tuesday. At number 7, a private anti-graft agency, the National Zero Corruption Coalition, has called on Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to urgently order a transparent and independent investigation into alleged corruption at the Ondo State's Universal Basic Education Board. The call followed revelations of alleged job racketeering involving some senior officials of the board, although the state government has vowed not to spare anyone found culpable in the teaching recruitment scandal. At number 6, the Lagos state government has approached the Supreme Court seeking leave to commence contempt proceedings against the National Assembly for allegedly violating a subsequent judgment of the Apex Court that declared federal legislation on lottery and gaming unconstitutional. In a motion filed by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lagos is asking the court for permission to initiate judgment enforcement proceedings through the issuance of Form 48, a legal notice that precedes contempt or committal proceedings. At number 5, the Osun State Police Command has appealed to the public for assistance in locating a 15-year-old boy reported missing from Ilobu area of the state. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the police public relations officer Abiodun Ojelabi said Osun Abdul Malik left his home in the Ilo Grammar School area on November 6, 2025 and has not been seen since then. The bulletin urged anyone with information about his whereabouts to contact the nearest police station. At number 4, Senator Agbom Jarigbe, representing Cross River North Senatorial District, officially defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress, notifying the Senate in a formal letter. As aired on NAS-TV on Tuesday, the Deputy Senate President, Barrow Jibrin, read Jarigbe's resignation, in which the senator cited deep-seated internal divisions within the PDP as the reason for his defection from the PDP. At number 3, fresh controversy over the stalled confirmation of President Bola Tinubu's nominee for chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Abdullahi Ramat, escalated on Tuesday as scores of protesters stormed the National Assembly, urging the Senate to conclude the process without further delay. The demonstrators, comprising Ramat's supporters, civil society groups, and rights activists, marched around the parliamentary complex chanting solidarity songs and waving placards such as "President Tinubu did not send nominees to be harassed" and "Ramat represents reform in power sector." At number 2, the presidency have announced that it is considering a restructure of asset ownership in the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to increase dwindling crude oil production. The special advisor to the president on energy, Olu Vehejen, made this known on Monday at the ongoing Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists conference in Lagos. She stressed that achieving the 3 million barrel daily oil production goal requires performance-based stewardship, even as she questioned NNPC's capacity to deliver incremental growth. At number 1, a federal high court in Abuja has for the second time restrained the People's Democratic Party (PDP) from holding its national convention scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State, between November 15th and 16th. The court also barred the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) from supervising, monitoring, or recognizing the outcome of the convention, where national officers are expected to be elected. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.